Hi, this is Nick on the 15th of July with my sixth thought this week on how do we move from a shadow calling to our true calling, or a shadow life to our true life. And I think one of the ideas that many people have once they realise they're living a bit of a shadow calling and they're kind of parallel to the one they want to be living is they kind of go there most quickly. And sometimes, you know, there can be a direct route. Generally, as I've been talking about in the last video or two, it's a process of recovery. And the way I've come to think of it is that it's really a process of devoting ourselves to something and consistently giving ourselves to the thing that it is that we love. So for me, that's writing, it's communicating, it's speaking, it's coaching, it's broadcasting like I'm doing here. Over the last 20 odd years, since I realized I was living a shadow calling, that I was promoting authors but I wanted to be an author, I was promoting speakers but I wanted to be a speaker, I was promoting other people's messages but I wanted to be a messenger. I felt I had a voice and something to say. It's not been, I realized that one day and the next day everything was different, and my life did set out on a new trajectory with that awareness. But really it's a daily devotion to saying, right, today I'm going to practice being a messenger, I'm going to be a writer, I'm going to be a speaker, whatever it is that you want to do. If you're an artist, you stand in front of your canvas or your your pad and you draw. If you're an entrepreneur, you show up and you do your business. If you're a parent, you get on with parenting. Whatever your calling is, it's about engaging with it. But here's the key, I think. This is what I've really learned. If I could distill most of my wisdom down from the last 20 or 30 years down to one idea, it's this. It's not what we do occasionally that makes a difference. It's not the occasional grand gestures that transform our life. It's what we do consistently on a daily basis, perhaps even an hourly basis, a moment by moment basis, that really is the cause of transformation in our lives. I was a writer, I was an author for a number of years before I even kind of gave myself the permission to actually write every day. Even when I was a best-selling author, part of me went, well, I'll try and fit my writing in around the other stuff that I do. And it really began to dawn on me. It's like, if I'm a writer, if I want to be a consistently good writer or do my best at showing up with my writing, I need to schedule time every day to write. So for the last, I'm not sure, I've lost count of how many years I've been doing it, but probably the last 10 years or so, pretty much every day, unless I'm on a workshop or a seminar, I have some important engagement, which I do occasionally obviously have, I go out to write every morning for an hour to an hour and a half with a coffee and my laptop, and I write. That's my devotion. And I remember hearing a quote from Luciano Pavarotti, who said, apparently somebody asked him, they said, how are you so disciplined to become as good a singer as you are? And he said, it's not discipline, it's devotion. He said, there's a big difference. Because I think when we think of disciplining ourselves, there's obviously the potential for harshness there. I must make myself do this. Whereas for me, when we're devoted to something, we are naturally drawn to doing it. I'm pretty much naturally drawn to writing every day. I've been doing these daily broadcasts now for a year. I'm naturally drawn to doing them every day. They've almost become like a bit of a highlight of my day. I love doing them. But I did have to kind of make myself do them to start with. Not because I didn't want to do them, but because my resistance to doing them was so high. The voice in my head was saying, who the heck wants to hear from you? Shut up, people don't want to hear from you. You've written it all in books, they can read your books, they don't need to get a broadcast from you every day. That inner critic in me, that critical parent was so strong that it took almost all my courage and boldness to show up to start doing these daily videos. And now I can't stop myself doing them. I love doing them. That's the daily process I'm talking about. That's the consistency. And each of us has our own forms of consistency. It's what is it that we can do every day that will lead us from the shadows to more the center of our life? What can we do each day to put what we love and what we're called to do right at the heart and center of our life? Even if it's just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or an hour. And then we have to get on with the other stuff of our life, our job, our career, whatever it is else that we're doing. But what is it that we can do on a daily basis to put our calling at the center of what it is that we do? So that's that's my thought for today. I hope it resonates with you, and I hope I was just thinking, I hope I haven't come across as harsh. I've just come across as clear. You know, to me, it part of the problem is that we're often preparing to do something rather than doing it. So what I'm suggesting is, what can you actually do every day to put your calling and what you truly love at the centre of your existence, even on a small basis, because then you can expand and expand, rather than going, well, you know, I'm going to save up enough money and then I'm going to quit my job and I'm give myself 6 months to write my book. You know, that may work, but for most people, in my experience, it doesn't work. What works is to write 100 words every day, and then in the fullness of time, you'll have a book by writing 100 words every day, for example. Okay, hope that's helpful to you. God bless. Thank you for watching this, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow with the final thought on this series. Okay, bye-bye.